Ladies and gentlemen, we got to the main event. Fight out of the red corner, we got Rena Speaks. Y'all put your hands together. We're on video, man. Y'all gonna look crazy. Out of the blue corner, we got DR.KADEN Lebray. Step it up, man. Come on. Clap it up. We need our touch gloves. We get a nice, clean fight. Disrespectful as possible. Y'all be great. Round one, fight.
Our topic is men versus women, but I'm taking the men's side and he's taking the women's side. Shout out to my brothers. This one's for you. My brother. So I'm not going to say whether or not men are better than women or women are better than men or who has it harder, but I would like to give a different perspective. I would like to trade. I would like to barter. From the time that we were kids, from the time that you were a boy, you were already given the whole idea that you were less than the woman. How? The little baby girl, so delicate. The little boy, so tough. But enough is enough. Because boys and girls come into the world speaking the same language. They both cry when they are sad, when they are angry, when they are scared, when they are sleepy, when they are hungry, when they are uncomfortable. But somehow, the language of the man has to change, because at some point the language was the same, but somebody told the boy to stop crying, because you a boy. You can't express your feelings. You can't express your emotions. At some point, we had to talk different. Who took your tears? Who told you to stop crying? Is that why you so angry? Is that why you so aggressive? But it's okay, brothers. I'm here to let you know that everything is all right. Because guess what? Somebody sees you, and this is what we see. Also, let's go from the nursery to the playground. You can't hit girls. But that slap that she gave you in the back of the classroom, you ain't forgot that since. How unfair. My brother's been going through it since they was this tall. Hold the door open for the little lady. Pull the chair out for the little lady. Don't hit the little lady. But when she hits you back, just tell the teacher. Because if you hit her, oh, that's not what we do. We don't do that here. So unfair that you have to be the man that you are, bear all these scars, and she get to be the damsel in distress all the time. And then let's go to teenage. Trying to figure out, is it a good idea to have a bunch of bodies or catch bodies or be somebody? See, the girl, you got to be delicate with her. But with the boy, he doesn't get to have a voice because the very first time somebody touched him, he would have got laughed at for saying something. Oh, but what about that quarterback at the high school who was accused of sexual assault? We don't talk about that either. I think men have it hard. And she lied on him because she went up to him, wanted to talk to him. He said no, so I'm going to say that you touched on me and I wouldn't let you go. So then he goes to court, and of course they're going to believe her. And you telling me that men don't go through enough? Okay. So I took you from infant to high school. But let's bring it to now. You tell me what you got to say and explain how.
Yo, turn my mic up. Hey, yo. They said he's 6'4". He should play ball. As if God gave me this height just for the sport. The truth is, God gave me this height so through me to y'all, a lesson could be taught. My mom 5'9", my dad 6'1", so through me to y'all, what lesson needs to be taught? That for he or she who overcommit to mom and dad but overcommit to your parents, you selling yourself short. Hey, Rena, you know the feeling when you a man and you gotta act tough just to act like these feelings don't exist? These feelings looking for an outlet, but you can't find it, because in order to find it, you got to talk. But you avoid talking because these feelings is hard to admit. Then you meet some guy, a male figure with whom you look up to, who tells you what makes you a man is how many girls you can get and hit and have sex with the entire time doing this without even having to commit. You feel like you're the man now. Only to discover this, the feeling of not being a man has been replaced, not fixed. Story 1. See, story 2 is this. Tyler Perry did Medea. Marlon Lawrence did Big Mama's House. Eddie Murphy did No Bit. I think they got Ving Rhames. The Wayans brothers even did White Chicks. These is men who took the lead roles as women. Why am I telling you this? Because these lead roles are pivotal parts of why their legacies even exist. Now, I'm not the one for arguing. But what makes my argument legit is that the truth that unfolds when you say story 1, story 2, put in the pot and make it whip. Women are better than men. The proof is in the pudding for he or she that try to deny me. But my question preceding is, how can men be better than women if men gotta play females in order to feel like or become somebody? Now, if I was going to talk about how men are better, I would talk about how he always show up to the game. Or when I was going through he would keep my diaper changed. I would talk about how he picked me up when I fall. When I needed somebody else to talk to, he'd always pick up my call. I would talk about how he made my birthday and Christmas a surprise. And when I ain't washed my face good enough, he licked his finger to wipe the coal out my eyes. I would talk about how he took me to travel and showed me different places. But men couldn't be better. Because for everyone in this room, mom and dad, which parent did that for y'all in most cases? Now, as a man, I got to bring something to your attention, the very reason why men don't deserve an honorable mention. Now, to me, rape and molestation are two of the biggest sins. You know the majority of rapists and child molesters are men? That's why the idea that men are better is not smart, because rape, molestation, homicide, domestic violence, these are areas where men lead the charts. And let's not talk about prison like it's just a white man's way to make a fortune. The truth is, it's the crimes created by man's ignorance that creates the basis for prisons to even be open. That's why being a man is something men got to take ownership of and learn how to practice, because no crimes, no prison. Then the government won't be able to take so much money out of their taxes because they're paying for it. They say big muscles make you a man. Wow. Every time I hear big muscles make you a man, I say, how? Especially if your definition of exercise is push up on her for sex, but you don't pull up in time enough to spend time with your own child. See, every time a man make these decisions, it just proves men are not powerful because they can't even manage the power what they was given. But women rise and fight for powerful positions against all odds. Women rise. And it's clear. How do I know? Rihanna and Oprah are billionaires. Tell me, what would be your reaction if you was told a man is supposed to drive the family, but the truth is it's a man behind the steering wheel on 97% of car accidents? What would be your reaction if you was told follow the man, he builds the empire, men get the job done? Well, the truth is 87% of the time when somebody's losing a job, it's the man that's getting fired. Women ain't fools. You want her to sit down and be educated from the one that's less prone to graduate from school? I've been betrayed by men so many times. It's hard to respect man. But if you're a man who got a homeboy who think how many girls he got validate him, then you need to check man, invest man. Because that same homeboy will sleep with your girl. Keep it a secret. Write it in the book. But reveal himself to the world like he's the best man. Now, to me, men are better than women. And I'm bothered. But y'all think I'm fronting. Hey, Lord, will this ever change? Give me 1 second, Rena. I think my Heavenly Father is saying something. Shh. Lord, men are not appreciated. What do I got to do for that to change? You said stop lying. Well, women lie too, so can you explain? Oh, I understand what you're saying. You said the reason men get treated like animals because when it come to lying, men be the main. Oh, I let her be my pastor, preacher, teacher. I let her be all. That's what they told me to do down here, if I recall. Oh, I shouldn't let her be all? Oh, so by letting her be all, spell it out and add an S, I'm giving her the power that you gave man to have. Balls. Hey, yo, if you're a man, God said don't put no woman before your dreams. Because the way it works, God is in heaven. You on earth, but still y'all on the same team. So God is your father. So regardless of what you do for a living, the truth remains. As a man, you God's son. So your father's the reason you got your spot. That's Bronny James. Now, just to be honest, when it came to the relationship with God, I wasn't perfect, but I was always trying. Rubbing two guns together is how I learned my first scripture. Iron sharpens iron. Now, as I conclude round 1 of my discussion, ironically, men produce sperm, but they ain't good for nothing. The truth is, women are better, and I'm a man, so I'm embarrassed. If you think men are better, than who you vote for, black woman? Donald Trump or Kamala Harris?
round one was crazy. Hold on, physicality, aggression.
I got you, easy work.
Round two, we back at it. Fighters, you ready? Round two, fight.
So you made a very interesting point about how the majority of rape and molestation cases are men. But perhaps if the men who were victims spoke up, more would be reported. So I think the statistics are wrong based off the fact that you won't sing the song. So let me sing it for you. Also, a lot of people have a debate on this thing called abortion. So when you brought up Kamala Harris, let me give you this portion. The part that I like to talk about that no one else wants to mention is the fact that it's her body, her choice, but this man got a lot of children that's gone missing. He got to grieve the child he's lost and grieve the child he's lost and grieve the child he's lost. And she didn't give a daggone about nothing he had to say about it. She didn't give a daggone when she was laying down with him. She didn't give a daggone when he put a hole in one like Tiger Woods. She didn't give a daggone. Did what she had to do, and now he has to be left bruised. That sounds pretty evil. Maybe narcissistic. But here's another statistic. A whole lot of domestic violence cases, you would argue, are more committed by men. But once again, when was the last time you hit a woman? Try me. Because when an argument happens with my spoiled woman self, thinking I can be entitled to do whatever I want to do, say what I want to say, get in your face for 20 minutes, because if you hit me back once out of the 20 times I hit you, out of the 20 minutes I was in your face, one hit to me will put you in the pin place. So you tell me what's crazy about that, because men deserve way more than that. I'm done. Go ahead.
Hey, Rena. As I stand here and listen, I wonder, how do you make all that fiction sound convincing? Like men are better. That's what you're defending. But if that's how you really feel, then why do you talk so bad about men when you're in a room full of women? Get the image. Like men are better. Your argument sounds legit. But if men are so honorable and deserving as you portray, then why do you lie and deny the number of men that you slept with? I get it. Men are better. That's true. Under one condition. They stay away from women like you. Now, to be honest, she's saying men are better. I think comparing the two is unfair. Because God made man to walk a sacred path. God made women as the rib. Be aware. Listen when I'm talking. The rib improved mobility for men who have difficulty walking. This is something y'all need to hear. Listen, let me make this clear, because as men, y'all think she's just somebody that care. But if your woman improved mobility for men who have difficulty walking, then her existence is equivalent to a wheelchair. Now, God gave men power, only accessible through humility. Pride handicaps this power. Women redirects him with disability. As a man, life will put you in crazy positions, but who made it easier to move around when you suffer critical health conditions? You could be hurt mentally, physically, spiritually. When the world turned their back on you, who made it easier to move around with them spinal cord injuries? When you had to cut people off so that your piece could be straight, who was your primary source of support when conditions required amputate? Your woman will cheer for you, no matter what you're going through. Believe that, that's a fact. I just want to make that clear. But men, what I need y'all to hear is, although your woman is like a wheelchair, ironically, when she dumped you, guess who always come crawling back? God made men to lead the household, but you can't because you're not smart. Plus, you don't read the Bible, so that means the most important part on the female is the Noah Ark. Most guys' flash clothes will be broke, so just because man, he fresh, don't mean he a big timer. More women than men got their CDLs. Well, one of my favorite life quotes is keep it trucking. How's that possible if the women got to be the driver? Now I'm talking about my mama. You ever seen a TV show Naked and Afraid? You know, 70% of the times on that show, the women are the survivor. Now, I love my mama, but I'm God's son. That's a fact. My mama got 5 kids, got pregnant by 3 losers back to back, which made her a loser. She became a winner when she gave birth to me. Her stomach, she won when she had me inside of that. Now, I know a chick who felt lost because her boyfriend cheated on her. I hit it. She felt like she won when she had me inside of that. Now, there's no I in team, but what if the team won when they had me inside of that? Now, we all come from women, so it ain't hard to see inside of that who's better. Not the number, but spell 1 and put me inside of that. The real is back. You know it's women like you while men have a hard time being accepted, steady searching for an outlet, trying to be the plug. They forgot in biblical quarters the first source they was connected. Now these men think they gangster and have drama because women like you got them thinking they gangster like Tupac, but they forget his biggest song is called Dear Mama. You don't think about that when you hit him up? Every man looks for his mother in a woman. Every son looks for his, every man looks for his mother in a woman. Every daughter looks for a father in a man. Meaning the way a man's supposed to be treated, a woman's supposed to be treated, a man's supposed to show that. But your father wasn't there for you. How do I know that? Because based on your relationship status, a man can cheat you, beat you, mistreat you. You'll leave him, but then you'll go back. And then it's crazy. Men think it's their sex game that keep her. That there is stunning. Because the truth is, God created sex to reveal to the world the power of a woman. Men, you bust once, you done. She bust 2, 3. That should tell you something. That in life, when things get hard, who's better at overcoming? A lot of women has had to battle through critical conditions. Vibrators replace when a man is not vibrating the energy of submission. And since male and female is a sex, I think this is a good time to explain why men keep getting put in these sexual positions. God is the master. So the reason men endure a lot of hate, because God is fishing for our greatness. But when we feeling ourselves, we don't fall for the master bait. God gave us a purpose, a missionary position to keep the legacy alive. Rewriting history, that's our hand job. Life is a roller coaster. That's why belittling women gotta stop, because it's always easier to ride when the woman is on top. As men, we're supposed to be ready when it's going down, but you all bark, no biting. To me, that's doggy style. As men, you're supposed to put your energy into security if you want her to praise you, but most men put energy where it's not supposed to go, and that's anal. 70% of households are ran by women. That's not fine. 70%, them numbers upside down. That's 69. The fact is, most men are not hard. It's the image they pumping. They not hard. Their mind suffering erectile dysfunction. And to be honest, I'm a man. And I think women are better, so I'm embarrassed. If you think men are better, then who did you vote for, black woman? Donald Trump or Kamala Harris?
Round 2. Oh my God. I need you fighters to touch gloves right quick. Y'all ready?
You ready?
Crowd, you ready?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's going down. Round 3. Fight.
Now, he spoke on, I know he was speaking, more so hypothetically. He wrote something and used his own experiences because those are the type of women he attracts, and I'm not that. When I am around my homegirls, we talk about how our black men are kings, so let me make sure you know that that ain't me and that ain't my thing, okay? And also, too, how many bodies I have are the ones that I carry when I make sure that he's good in every endeavor that he has. With that being said, women have been far too long overlooked as the villain. A whole lot of actions that they take that I'm just not feeling. The man has to provide and give and provide and never stop and never drop and never fail because he's a machine that can never, ever, ever stop working. He has to provide because if he don't, he'll get called brokey. Matter of fact, I'm thinking of a show right now that everybody loved called Girlfriends. The bougie one named Tony. She definitely only cared about the money. She married the white guy because she's like, okay, rich doctor, I'm going to be good because all I care about is his cash. And then one day he got put out on his ass because he lost his job. And one thing that she said while he was down and out and needed a shoulder to cry on is, I didn't get married to be broke. You need to do something. Here's another thing about the type of woman that I am. There's 2 different types of women. I use the scenario for relationships a lot. You've got pilot and you've got co-pilot. Now, a successful plane flies with both, but a lot of women just want to be passengers. So imagine a pilot who can't fly the plane, should rather it go down and crash with the children in the passenger seats going down with her because, well, this ain't my plane to fly. But I'm a real partner, because a black king deserves a black queen who ain't tripping when he ain't got the dollars. Baby, what you need? I'll help fly the plane so it don't go down and crash. Because when it comes down to the ground, it ain't just you, that's me too, who's going to be in the past. So with that being said, I'll leave you with this. Hello, class. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Black Conversations One-on-One. I'm your teacher. So I decided to pull up an old curriculum and lesson plan and let me show you what it says. Black men are suffering and under attack. We know that. And it's not just by the system. Oh, it's by y'all. Who's y'all? So glad you asked. The black women and women in general who do their own damage to the community through toxic behaviors. Now I'm all for girl power. But if you've been in one of my classes before, you know that I don't do the normal discussions and narrative. It's imperative. I'm calling you out. Pen and paper out, class. It's time to take notes. Being a black woman has become a lost art. Not because some of you would rather be Kim Kardashians instead of Kim Reese because you prefer a different world. And not because you'd rather keep up with the Joneses because the Jeffersons and moving on up ain't good enough no more. Because it doesn't give you enough likes on IG. Being a black woman has become a lost art because too many black women have failed to play their part. You've become the black man's new Grim Reaper, asking with a confused tone, am I my brother's keeper? I've come to urgently urge the critical criticism of the other oppressor. For the black men who have not been loved correctly when you deserve to, this is for you. I'm making a sonic boom out of your silent abuse because the white man is not the only one who has left you accused. Class, jot this down. We've sung the same sad song for generations about deadbeat daddies and women being treated badly, yet too many women who are narcissistic have assisted the system in robbing our brothers of their innocence, their livelihood, their image. When will the damsel in distress be accountable for the demise of the man? When are we going to talk about deadbeat mothers and toxic girl syndrome? Tonight. Child support has put just as many black men in jail as racist cops and has drained him dry worse than the desert, also known as his emotions. But there's always two sides to the story. Men are just trash, plain and simple, you say. But when a woman is trash, we just gotta believe there's a reason she got that way. And we need that reason so we can excuse why she slashes his tires, why she calls the cops on him for nothing. Class, you taking notes? All right, cool. Or, oh my God, he hit me. Not mentioning the 20 minutes he spent trying to get you to stop hitting him and get out of his face. Because he can't hit me, I'm a girl. Now, abuse goes both ways. Calling him out his name and laughing in his face. But if he did you the same way, domestic violence is not just happening to women. Here's another. F that nigga who ain't seen his kids. Well, sis, you the one being petty, keeping them from him. I'ma make him suffer. You can't see your child because I said so. That's exactly what slave masters told black men after they separated their families to be sold. And now your child suffers. Why won't daddy see me? When mommy is the broken record like a master on repeat. The Willie Lynch syndrome is working. Brainwash them with this mindset so that when the plantations are gone, they can keep themselves on one. Men can't say they've been abused, and the lie that emotions are feminine rather than human is exactly why our men don't cry out, so aside they shout. And that's exactly why a black woman who loves you has to be your voice, because this ain't coming from no other source. Because 95% of men with platforms are either giving women all the advice or capitalizing off of criticizing the next man. Derek Jackson. Can't remember the last time I've seen men's empowerment, so here it is. So you're left with locker room talk while you hide your bruises and not just the ones on your ego. Then we go and give men tools, tell them to provide, and say be safe in them streets when you go outside. He spent all day dodging the pressure just to come home to one, not getting love in his own home, a war zone. Now the key point we all love, the black woman is the most hated and abused there is, but she is not exempt from being the executioner of her own. We cry and protest when the unarmed black man is killed, but let's be real. We say his life matters, but how many black lives have you shattered? I'm calling you out. My brothers deserve to feel loved, secure, seen, and heard, to cry when they no longer want to be a soldier, to be held when the weight of the world is on his shoulders. I carry the burden of my brother. They getting persecuted like Paul. I'm a black woman, so who else gonna be your heavy load sharer? So I reread Paul's letter, carrying you out like a pallbearer. Guess I'll always be Paul's bearer. I know, that was a lot. You needed it.
Rena speaks. I think you talented, incredibly.
I am.
But it's women like you that destroy women's legacy.
Here we go.
Y'all ain't figured out why she chose men are better? Because in male and female relations, she one of the women that thinks she's the man.
Oh, there it is.
Unquestionably.
Mm-hmm.
You see, when you try to be the man out here, the woman inside of you make decisions out here desperately. Plus, every time you try to be the man, you put the definition of what it truly means to be a woman in jeopardy. But let's play that game. Let me get cultural awareness for 7,000. Y'all tell me, who don't take accountability for all the things they did? Who's always on child support because they don't take care of their kids? When they're supposed to express themselves, who don't make a sound? Who always say that they just friends, but this person with them be always messing around? Who suffer in silence because they was taught not to cry when they was an infant? Who want to be in a relationship but they're afraid of commitment? If you like Jeopardy and you know the answer, raise your hand. Answer the question with a question.
What is a man?
Now, regardless of what side I'm defending, how many of y'all actually think men are stronger than women? That's insane, because for us to exist, mom and dad, who had to endure the most pain? Like, you slap my father, to be honest, I got his back. But if you slap my mother, I'm killing you. And that's a fact. Now, how many of y'all relate to that? So your response to that question is based on which one of them on you had a greater impact. Now, the reason I got women are better, and for me it's easy to convince this, because my mom is the reason I don't got no kids and I got my degree. I had sense before I came. Most of y'all gotta come just to come to your senses. Now, after this is over, y'all gonna understand the direction I'm coming. Because men can lead, politics and government, but what difference it make if behind every strong man is a strong... My mother was the leader of my household, Rena, and because of that, I tried gang banging, drug dealing, hustling. Boy, you should have saw me. Ask me why was I gang banging. My father's absence is where the temptation began, like Barry Gordy. I would call my dad and he wouldn't show, so I would lose focus, feel hopeless. Then I call a chick. It felt good to put it in. That's a 2 weeks notice. But after every chick I hit, my heart would start to harden. That's when I realized there was a metaphorical truth that exists between women and the concept of verbal sparring. So a vagina is like a punching bag. Just to make this clear, it take all the hits you got and don't go nowhere. In fact, I'm gonna go a step further and say, it be ready to take more hits the next day. Like, how would you feel if you punch somebody in the face with all the power you got? You break your wrist off impact. That person come back to you the next day saying, punch me again, and this time don't stop. Allow me to educate all of y'all in this hour. Metaphorically, what happens when a woman and man have sex. And y'all think men got the power? Men got the power. I laugh. Please don't take offense. But the fact is, women got the power to make men feel powerful. In fact, let me educate y'all on the tricks that women use to gain power by making men feel powerful. And they be really having y'all convinced. So first you touch your private area. Then she kicks your nipples in your neck. She's doing all of this to create this one feeling called a wreck. You feel big. You the man. You get up in that zone. You still the pounding. You feel more power when you hear a screaming moan. The ball is in your court. That's what you're thinking. And it's strange because you become naive that these behaviors mark the beginning of her game. The ball is in her court. But you think you are controlling. That orgasm got your mental space jammed so much that you don't realize her touch symbolizes your power being stolen. I said that orgasm got your mental space jammed so much that you don't realize her touch symbolizes your power being stolen. Because you don't think you're the man when you hear her screaming, moaning your name. She gets you to have an orgasm, you release. You weak, she squeeze you. That's when the power's being exchanged. See, man, what I need y'all to understand is when a man busts in a woman, masculine energy goes into the woman. Feminine energy goes into the man. Now, feminine energy says, I'm tired. Masculine energy says, keep flowing. And you can tell who got the masculine energy because in most cases after the orgasm, who can keep going. Can I tell you the truth? You know what's created when masculine energy goes into her and her feminine energy goes into you? Men become naive of the depictions and the strange that women fake like it feel good or act like she's in pain because she feels obligated to keep his ego inflamed. Moral of the story is God gave women this uniqueness to make men feel powerful by using her strengths to replace his weakness. You hear screaming, but you don't take heed to the signs. These are the moments where her feminine energy says, his power is now mine. Now, your masculine energy is hers. Men, you gotta have masculine energy to be men. This is the truth, I'm sure. Like the beginning of sea, man. Now we masculine vessels full of feminine energy. And we think we men will open your eyes. It's something I need you to see, men. If how many girls you got makes you a man, meaning you define yourself by see, men, she got your masculine energy. So you, the reason that every time she look at y'all two in the mirror, she see men. Hey, yo, listen. Women done took over according to Baywatch. Men are protected. She lifeguards. That's Baywatch. Men are stepping up. And while this happens, Baywatch dreading the day that woman and man gonna switch spots. And thought of that got me thinking like kick rocks. Men ain't stepping up. That ain't nothing new. Thrift shop. I remember when I was young. The first time I got jumped, swear to God, my daddy watch. Again, never there clock was the time of my daddy watch. I ain't got no kids, but if I do, I'm gonna be a good daddy watch. Tim's on earth and from the heaven, my daddy watch. He said, standing up for them no good dads gotta stop. Because in life, men go to prison for trying to defend their daddy watch. No, like if you see the movie Life, a man really went to prison for trying to defend his daddy watch. And this might sound deep, but did you know that Jesus referred to himself as a fisher, a shepherd who experienced bloodshed in the process of trying to shelter his sheep? I think that's something I need to repeat. I said this might sound deep, but did you know that Jesus referred to himself as a fisher, a shepherd who experienced bloodshed in the process of trying to shelter his sheep? There's a message in the air. The blind one won't get it. Fisher, shepherd, bloodshed, shelter, sheep. All words synonymous with Jesus have she in it. Women are better, and I'm a man, so I'm embarrassed. If you think men are better than who you vote for, black woman, Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. Fresh.